Hey, so today we're going to talk about 5 easy to grow herbs that you can grow in your garden, little to no help, that will actually come back every single year. The first one is oregano. Oregano is really good for several health benefits. You can even put it in teas as well. It takes after the mint family. If you ever notice, oregano looks very similar to mint, has similar properties, and it's just very good to have on hand. And we like to put it in things like spaghetti and other dishes. So the second herb that I recommend that comes back every year, little to no work or help, is the rosemary, as I like to call it, Mother Rosemary. So Mother Rosemary has been in my garden for 5 years now, and I have constantly had to cut this back because it constantly grows branches and roots throughout the garden. Every time we rework the soil every season, I've had to cut the branches low, cut the roots back, because this thing has taken over. It has survived every snowstorm, and we don't get that many, but the ones we have has survived. It has survived every ice storm, tornadoes, hurricanes, all sorts of things. So Mother Rosemary is a good old faithful herb that is really good and healthy for you as well. You can also put this in teas and cook with it. A lot of people like to use it in hair products that they make, natural hair products to help with hair growth. So just all around, again, I use this in my special herbal tea that I make to help me if I'm ever sick or I need to just feel refreshed. So there you go, that's number 2. All right, so herb number 3 that I recommend growing that comes back usually every year is cilantro. Now, or coriander. Now, cilantro, a lot of people don't know that cilantro actually grows. This is the stuff that people put, on tacos and salsas. I love it in all sorts of things. I'm a taco lover myself. And so when cilantro actually grows to be its peak size and it starts to go to seed, remember that going to seed? We have a video on that if you want to check that out, what that means. Or bolting, it creates little buds that dry up, and we call those coriander. So you actually get a 2-for-1 with the cilantro. So as you see, this is already starting to sprout back up. Again, I didn't really do much here. I just watered it. I did add a little bit of growth here, fertilizer, organic fertilizer, but you can see they're just starting to pop up. And these are from those coriander seeds that fall off, they fall back into the soil, and they grow new plants every year. Okay, so herb number 4 I recommend is mint. We talked about oregano earlier. Oregano is in the mint family as well, so they actually look really similar and they grow very similar. And so the mint is starting to come back. Again, I didn't plant this. It's just starting to come back on its own. Before you know it, this thing is gonna be covering all of this. And again, we're early spring, so it smells amazing. And this is actually a chocolate mint, but either way, there's actually some mixed in of both. And you actually see a little bit of cilantro in there too. So that's another one that's really good for teas. You can cook with it, you can put it in smoothies. I like a good mint chocolate smoothie myself. So another herb that's really good for you, good to grow, usually come back every year. One thing to note about mint, I would not plant this in the garden because it has a tendency to just take over. And so I usually plant those in containers or in a bed that you don't really care if it takes over in. All right, so number 5 I recommend is sage. So sage is a really unique type of herb. This is actually a sage that I did plant again this year, but in the past I've been able to grow sage and it has come back. As long as it doesn't get too cold, this sage will be okay, but you can always bring it in or cover it when you have those freezing times or snowstorms or things like that, it should, for the most part, as long as it goes to seed and replants itself, it should be able to come back. Most herbs are like that. A lot of people use sage, again, for cooking. People use it to put a little bit in a boiling pan and it makes a smell across your home. People use it to cleanse their home and the air. So it has many uses as well. I love sage in terms of, you know, just the symbolism, what it means to grow sage, and this sort of cleansing of the spirit, if you will. Another great one, a bonus one, would be your thyme. This is actually a lemon thyme, and right next to it is a thyme that I did kind of let die out, but these are things that can come back every year if you take care of them. Not as easy as some of the other herbs I mentioned, but this is just a bonus one. Lemon thyme or thyme, again, used in teas, and you can cook with it. So yeah, get your herb on and let's all get healthy and drink our teas, and you'll be surprised where gardening and planting these herbs can take you. You can also dry them out and dehydrate them yourselves and use them, put them in bottles and use them as seasonings or as a garnish. You can keep them for up to a year or so. Don't quote me on that though. But thank you all so much for tuning in.